Hi, my name is Ace Davis, and I am the writer-director of the short film Afraid of the Dark, which I made all the way back in late 2017, which would have been my sophomore year in high school. It's something I like to consider my first real or official short film, if you can call it that. Even though I had made videos and films prior to this, I still like to consider this like the first real one, because, those things that I made prior to that were before I really got into making films, before I knew that, this is something that I really wanted to pursue. But even though this film is, far from perfect, it is still something I like to look back on occasionally and talk about. And I thought it would be great to do it today for you guys. And if you're interested in seeing, more commentary tracks like this in the future, let me know, I guess in the comments, and I will do more. But the plan is moving forward to do these commentary tracks for all or most of the films that I've made prior to this video. But anyways, we're going to be doing the remastered version of this film. It's just a little bit better, I guess, easier on the eyes. So just to kind of get through this little title area, I originally had this privated for a long time, and recently unprivated it and then remastered it. But as you can see in the title, they're kind of what I was explaining earlier. And this is something that new that I kind of did for the remaster, was this kind of atmospheric title sequence, which the original was actually lacking. It never actually had a title or credits or anything like that, and I thought that was kind of odd. And yes, I did play the ghost, which was, of course, very fun. And my friend Dakota, he did the cinematography for me, because obviously I couldn't do it if I was in the film. And I like this slow zoom in. I changed the aspect ratio to kind of give it more of a cinematic quality, and I kind of cut some things a little bit too, so things are a little bit shorter as well in the remastered version of the film. Definitely needed to focus that shot, but, And this is a moment, blink and you'll miss it, with the shadow there in the background. And I like to do things like that in this film, like right there, if you saw that, there's another blink and you'll miss it moment in the bathroom. There is like a cloak there, and that's supposed to be the ghost. But yeah, I was very inspired by, I believe it was The Conjuring or Insidious at the time, where they kind of had a moment like that. And I really like that moment. Looking back, it's one of those things that I still really enjoy, is that little jump scare moment. And coming up here, this is actually my first crack at special effects or visual effects, CGI or whatever, if you want to call it that. Very imperfect. Oh, and there's a light there, and that is a photography studio light that I had at the time, and that was illuminating the entire room. And if you notice, the light switch was actually off. So, and you can also see the cameraman here in the window next to the mirror. It's very subtle, kind of hard to see it at times, but that's another little mistake. And I really like talking about these mistakes, looking back on it. It's something kind of interesting to realize. And I was also always very interested, and I still kind of am, in match cuts like that. I think match cuts are very cool, very interesting. And yeah, this is supposed to be like full circle moment, where it's, right back at the beginning. And it's supposed to make you feel like it was all a dream or whatever, but of course it wasn't. Ghost is still there. But yeah, that was Afraid of the Dark. Very, very short film. I think it's really only about 2 or 3 minutes of actual film. The rest of it is just title sequences, which again, the original was lacking. And I and I thought I really needed it, so I added it. But yeah, so I guess, the plan moving forward is to actually remake, not just remaster, but remake Afraid of the Dark. It's projected to be about 35 minutes. So a bit of a longer film, but it's, as you can see, it says it was coming out in 2021, but, things didn't quite work out the way I wanted them to, and I had to kind of put it on the back burner. But it is still projected to release in the near future, and it is something I am still working on. But I have so many other things I've been focusing on and doing, and all these other projects. But yeah, the idea is to move forward with a remake and actually, do something different with the story. But yeah, that was Afraid of the Dark Remastered. And again, if you're interested in hearing any more of these commentary tracks, I'm sure I'll do more. But let me know, and I'll continue to do them, because I really enjoy talking about, some of these things. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jargon. But thank you, yeah. Have a good one.